What's good, y'all? It's Mo, and welcome back to Stop and Refuel. This is a place for individuals who feel like they being pulled in every direction in this modern and relentless pace of this tech-driven life that we all living in right now, where people can, often lose themselves. And, it's hard to measure that progress when you're always competing against machines or anything else that's out there. So over the time, I feel like I've learned that true progress doesn't only come from us having that relentless hustle, but it also does emerge when we pause, we reassess, and we consciously refuel ourselves, both inside and out. And I think on this channel, I want to use my unique experience growing up as an immigrant, innovating as an entrepreneur, and just trying to balance a love for cutting edge tools and how to place them in my life to make sure I'm ahead of the curve and succeeding, but at the same time having respect for the practices that got us here in the simple things and stuff, so you don't get too consumed with all this technology and things that are coming about. So I want to be able to share more relatable stories to kind of break things down and make it simple for the average person to understand technology, what kind of world we're going into, our mindsets, our mind space, how to, find your worth, find your value, and retain that value too, because we're all valuable, but we're going in a world and place where that's not always going to be seen. It's not always going to be respected. People are always going to have, different ways to put you in a certain class and stuff. And we want to be able to understand strategies, understand practical things that can help us, be the most successful that we can be. And that's something that I want to be able to teach. That's something I want to be able to share. And I also want to grow myself throughout this journey with y'all to make sure that I'm upholding this stuff and I'm actually taking a step to stop and refueling my own life, reevaluate my priorities, reassess what kind of things are important to me. That way I can have what I need to get to where I need to go. And that's kind of the main essence of it. Just like if you was at a gas station and you in your car, you can look at your fuel tank and you understand that, all right, maybe I only need a little bit of gas to get, down the street or to the next destination. Or maybe I need a lot of gas because I'm going a little bit further. And, I need to make sure that I have enough to get there. So whenever you stop and refuel, it's just you assessing what do you need to get to where you're going. And oftentimes I feel like people keep going and keep going and keep going in life. They end up sometimes, probably made a wrong turn and you was going the wrong direction that whole time. So, you want to make sure every now and then you can stop and reassess, even if you feel like you are doing the right things, even if you feel like you are making progress, even if you feel like you are doing what you can do to figure out, hey, let me make sure this is actually what I wanted to do. This is actually what I'm trying to do. And I'm actually on the right course of it, because you can feel like you're doing all the right things. You can, and sometimes not. I know that happens a lot of times in relationships, especially personal relationships, where you feel like you're probably doing all the right things and stuff like that, but the other person probably doesn't. So that can also be the same when it comes to outcomes. You feel like you produced all the right income and things that, needs to go into this, but that output isn't, what you wanted at the end, or isn't what you thought it was going to be, because you didn't really actually stop and, look at the whole situation at hand and understand what the destination, what the end goal, what you really was trying to do was, what you was trying to learn, or anything like that. So that's why this kind of phrase have a big meaning over my life, and it's something that I want to keep reiterating into the world, where we can just stop, focus on ourselves, prioritize ourselves, figure out how we can help ourselves. That way we can help others, refuel ourselves to figure out what we need to get to where we're trying to go. And that way we can, just be better as people. And I'm sure that's going to rub off eventually. You don't always have to worry about what the next person is doing or where the next person is going, but it's always good to make sure that, you refueling yourself and other people around you are seeing that too. And hopefully they want to refuel themselves as well, using that as motivation and not as envy or hate when you see somebody else, living their best life, or understand what type of direction they're going in, or what they want to do, or just different things like that. Those questions that sometimes we're afraid to ask ourselves, or it just takes a long time for us to figure out those things about ourselves. So just having that support, maintaining productivity and peace is really going to be good. And discovering mindset shifts that can help us thrive over the long term. So I feel like having a healthy mindset, having healthy habits, having, a healthy value system in yourself, and feeling like you trust in yourself, you believe in yourself, you actually want the best for yourself is always going to be important. So, we always, as people, sometimes we can fill other people's cups up without filling up our own and stuff. And that's not going to be fair to you when your cup needs that refilling. And you're going to be the only person that's really in charge of your own cup. Just like it's your car, when your car is running empty, when it's low, and you know what the result's going to be if you don't fill it up. You're not going to go nowhere. But it's like sometimes we don't take that and apply it to ourselves, where it's like we know what we need. We know the outcome, and we know we're not going to perform or do our best or get what we want out of this life unless we actually refueling, not based on when we think we need it or all these different things. But I guess based on when you think you need it, but not waiting until it's too late. You don't want to make sure, you don't want to check engine light, not check engine, I'm sorry. You don't want your gas light coming on for your body or your mental, your mindset. That means you already checked out. You're on your last little piece of energy just to make it to refuel. And if you're somebody that doesn't know what kind of things you need to get yourself back to a place where you're at that 100%, that's going to be very hard, and it's going to be something that does take a toll on you. So throughout this journey, throughout this channel, I just want to help myself. I want to help others just find more ways to understand how to refuel themselves, especially in this tech-driven society where people are going to feel like they don't provide as much value when they don't know how valuable they are. So that's really the main essence of Stop and Refuel. So if you're striving to stay centered, resilient, or, fulfilled and moving forward with your goals, this provides some type of guidance. Hopefully I can be authentic enough to where I resonate with y'all and provide some type of actionable insights to where you can feel like this channel, this place is a compass where you can come back to anytime you need to, get back on that right path and stuff like that. Anytime you feel like you need to refuel on some information that could possibly help you out without any ulterior motives or anything like that. Because at the end of the day, if you're doing good, I'm doing good, the next person gonna be doing better. And that's the kind of future that I want us to set for our kids, for whoever comes after us and stuff, because it don't always feel like the generations before us were having our best interests at hearts. When it comes to humanity and stuff, a lot of people just, the same things that people cared about back then are not the same things that people are going to continue to care about in the future or going forward. So just don't be overwhelmed. Understand that there is hope. Understand that there is peace. Understand that there are people in this world that want to see you excel. Understand that you are valuable. You weren't made you weren't made just for no reason and stuff like that. You have a purpose. You have meaning. You have value. And it's up for you to determine that, and not for nobody else to, because ultimately you set your standards, you set your principles in your life. That's going to make you the person that you want to be. So all that to say, hopefully we can go through, talk about some real shit, and then, just enjoy each other's company and stuff. This is Stop and Refuel. This is the first episode, so I just wanted to kind of touch base with y'all, figure out things. Like I said, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a full-time engineer. I do a lot of, charity things and stuff. Not that that matters or anything like that, but I am just trying to encompass my life around things that are important to me, and understanding that I have a lot of friends and people that look up to me as well, that do often come from me for advice. And it's not like I'm trying to be somebody that's a know-it-all or anything like that, but I do feel like I can share some perspectives that a lot of people don't have in this world. So thank y'all once again. It's Mo, and I'll see y'all soon on the next video.